Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our introductory Dicemension campaign. I am Jade, your DM, and I am so pleased to welcome the amazing Chris, who is playing. Could you give us a lovely introduction?
I am Marv the Marvellous, Bard Extraordinaire, and I follow anyone who's adventuring because they give me plenty of juicy material to work off of.
Nice, so you're kind of a follow the coin kind of guy.
Yeah, bit of fun as well, but gold is nice. Yeah. I like to perform a lot. Not so much fight. I like to get a good view from the back.
Mm-hmm.
Let the
bards
warriors.
are quite like that. Yeah.
Let the warriors do their thing. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for being here today, Chris.
Thank you.
So, we have a fantastic scenario to introduce this lovely audience to Marv as a character. So, I'm just going to give you a little background about what is happening at the moment for Marv. So, Marv is in a tavern. Surprise, surprise.
Wow.
How strange.
Unexpected.
Completely unexpected. So, the inn is called the Crocodile, and it is in a small town called Olvie, which is in the southern realms.
Ooh.
So imagine a swampy, marshy land where it's sludgy, it's muddy, and you are in this kind of half-sinking tavern in the centre of this. So it's always foggy, it's always a little bit dark, but the Crocodile is strangely relaxing. It's a really nice atmosphere.
That's always nice.
In this pub. So the reason that you're here, Marv, is that you've been a little bit naughty.
Me?
Yes, so your material of comedy and music has not been very well liked recently in the northern realms of the Unbound Territories, and you've had to walk a little further south because people have been chasing you out of town to town, village to village. So you are here in this town of Olvie in this wonderful Crocodile Inn.
Okay. So what's the general ambience like? Is it a joyful setting?
It is quite a joyful setting actually, even though you can smell a lot of damp in this area and it is quite dark. There's this beautiful fireplace in the centre of the room that seemingly all of the tables seem to be in a semicircle around this fire. It's a really warm hearth and you can hear people kind of whispering between themselves. It's quite a jolly, momentous occasion for the people at this moment. And you're seeing that the people are of all ages, of all different races and species. A lot of darker haired people here, greying skin, dark skinned people in this southern area.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a pretty nice atmosphere, definitely.
Lovely. Is anyone playing any music right now?
No one is playing any music.
I'm going to play some music.
Okay, can you roll performance for me?
Sure can. Oh no.
What did you roll?
Just a natural one.
Oh no, natural one.
Worst performance to date.
First
yes.
Roll and you get a natural one. Well done, Marv. Well done.
That's why they call me Marvellous.
So you go to engage the audience around you in this tavern, and every single person in the tavern goes absolutely silent, turns around from their hearth, from their tankards. Some even put their tankards down to turn around to watch you perform. And you start to play this really decent, lovely, monotonous melody, and one of your strings snaps. And in your embarrassment of this performance, you then start to try and make up for it and create the craziest, weirdest performance they've ever seen. So a couple of people are kind of clapping for sympathy, but most people just kind of pick up their tankards and move even further away from you.
Come back!
Unfortunately, you don't receive any gold for that. But a woman does come over to you. Okay, so you see a very large woman walking towards you, very different from the stature, the shape, and race of the people here.
Okay.
She's long, very light blonde hair, and she is a very large woman. So she's about as muscular as she is tall, and she walks over to you and she says, I think you might need a bit of practice, son.
Well, yes, I mean, it wasn't my finest performance, but in all fairness, that was just my warm-up. I've been using this lute for many years. It was past time that something was going to go wrong like that. It's just rotten luck.
Yeah.
Make up for it later. I'm way better than this, believe me.
Yeah, well, I think I should probably give you a free drink as sympathy.
No, honestly, I don't need sympathy. But I appreciate your support. I'll just need to get myself a new lute, and I'll try again.
Do you do anything else like apart from music? We're really a stand-up comedy sort of crowd.
Okay.
We really like people who like to perform as different characters and kind of do a little bit of parodies.
Oh yeah,
Is that something that you do?
I've got some costumes. I've got a religious leader outfit, and I've got a town guard outfit.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we would love to see your priestly get-up. I mean, I tell you what, you can have a free meal and a free drink on me, and my name is Revel Great Walker.
Oh!
And you can have a free meal, free drink on me if you can wow the audience with because that musically, we don't really do that down south a huge amount. So we really like stand-up comedy. I mean, it's dark outside, so want a bit of lighting up. So yeah, feel free to use one of the upstairs rooms, get changed, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Okay, excellent. Right, thanks. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Absolutely.
So I can go upstairs.
Yes. Yeah. So there's just an easy on stairs. It's kind of a little bit rickety. You can see this building isn't massively well kept. There's a lot of damp that's kind of seeping through the wood in this place.
All right, I'm gonna go upstairs and. Can I see any doors open?
There's no doors open, but there's kind of 4 doors in front of you.
If she gave me directions, I've forgotten them, so I'm just going to knock on the first door, the nearest one.
Knock on the nearest door
nearest
to you.
One.
So that would be the third door. So
Third
you
door.
knock on the door, you don't hear anything.
Okay, I try and open it.
Yeah, you can open it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's an empty room.
Empty room. Boom. Excellent. Right. I'm going to change into my priestly garb. Take me a few minutes, and then I'll head back downstairs.
Okay, so as soon as you start heading, so you're in your priestly.
I'm in my priestly garb. Yes, kind of like white robes with kind of red strips on the shoulders.
So immediately the entire tavern goes silent, and you see Revel there, stood at the bottom of the stairs, kind of with her arms, and she says, I know we're not a musical bunch here, and I know he comes from an exotic north, and we didn't really enjoy his musical performance, but he has told me that he is a bard extraordinaire of capable talents in the act of stand-up comedy, and you hear some people go, kind of getting a little bit excited for you. So they say, she kind of whispers, she says, how should I introduce you?
It's Marv the Marvellous, please.
Marvellous. So please raise a tankard, my fine patrons, and do a little drum roll on the table, please, for Marv the Marvellous.
Thank you all. It's a pleasure to be here to perform for your delight this evening. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a stand-up routine, so please don't applaud all at once. Just let it all be natural and fluid. Okay. Is there a little stage that I can stand on, or just?
No, you're just kind of. They kind of have put the tables in a semicircle kind of around you, so you have kind of walked down these stairs, and your stage is just at the bottom of the stairs.
Bottom of the stairs. Okay, right. So I'm just going to address them all in a very harmonious, ceremonial way, and I'm just going to take the absolute mickey out of the church, the established.
Okay. Yeah. Any specific? Churches,
there's definitely
any specific rituals you want to mention?
There's definitely going to be some kiddie jokes in there.
Okay. Going rude immediately.
Yes.
Yep.
Straight in there, shock 'em. I got myself 21.
A 21? Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So,
I read them for filth.
Yes, I will warn you though that I did mention that there are multiple ages in this audience. So a few of the parents are holding the ears of their children, but the fathers are kind of trying to hold the ears of their children while also snickering really badly into their arms, just laughing and laughing and laughing. They are absolutely loving it.
Yes.
They are buying more drinks, they are cheering, they are laughing amongst yourselves. You even have a couple of hecklers as well. And it seems like during your performance you're able to kind of play off of that. it seemed like your performance was so effervescent that you were moving in between the tables. You were like picking up people's drinks and making jokes about like, oh, I'm not a British, I don't drink, anything like that. And you were even kind of bold enough to actually go over to a child and make a kiddie joke to the child.
That's me.
But they seemed to eat it up. They absolutely loved it. And you're going to have to duck because they throw a mountain of gold on top of you.
I mean,
Well done.
yes.
Okay, so you kind of counting up your, loose pennies, like a drag queen, really scraping the floor for all of your loose change. You would say that you would have gotten around about 8 gold pieces.
Nice.
From that in total.
I'll take it.
And Revel comes over to you with a large menu and a medium tankard of really warm, frothing mead, and she pushes some plates off of a table that comedically kind of falls to the floor, and she puts this menu and this tankard in front of you, and she says, bloody good show, mate.
So
Well
I told
done.
you, it's not bad luck.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Thank you.
anything off of the menu is absolutely free. So she says, well, the biggest portion we've got, I mean, I could probably knock you up a whole hog.
I'll have a whole hog.
You want a whole hog
Whole
just
hog.
to yourself?
Plenty of seasoning, yeah.
Okay,
And,
so
and drinks for everyone on me.
okay, that's fine. So she
Yeah.
kind of claps to everyone. She's like, the Bard Extraordinaire is paying for everybody's drinks. For an hour?
Yeah,
Or the whole
you
night?
cut off after an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
drink as much as you can in an hour then, ladies and gents. And she scuttles off to the kitchen, and this large chef comes out with a whole hog. About half an hour later, pops it in front of you. Obviously, it had been cooking all day, and usually people would have just had a couple of slices off of it, so it's not actually a whole hog. Samount is probably about half a hog at this point, because of the fact people have been taking it off there.
It will do.
But he comes with this large jug of apple cider butter, melted, and pours it all over the top of this hog. And at the bottom of this hog, you can see broccoli stems, baking carrots, parsnips, all in this kind of honeyed, lovely juiciness that now has been added to this butter. And he kind of brings out a large plate and he says, for you, my sir, the best.
Oh, you're too kind. I'm just going to eat this now, so nobody bothered me for a bit.
So yeah, you eat and you eat and you eat, and you are absolutely stuffed. You have to pop open the leather laces of your leather pants because your stomach is about 3 times the size at this point.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
And you can notice out of the corner of your eye that Revel is kind of whispering to someone that is kind of cowled in a black leather armour with grey skin, and they kind of scuttle back out. And Revel comes over to you and says, I hate to do this to you.
Yeah, what? What's happening? More fans?
Potentially. How are you with royal audiences?
I've done a baron or 2 here and there.
Okay, because the king is visiting Olvi at dawn. And he's never done that before. In fact, the north and the south, we don't really get on with the northern realms. We don't feel like we need leadership down here, and they're coming down here trying to infuriate us, obviously. So,
Oh, that sounds like a predicament.
yeah, so what we're going to ask you to do is he's bringing a load of priests with him, and we want you to dress up as a priest and to go in and see what this meeting is about. We want you to bring back some information. I can offer you, say, 55 gold and a week's spot as a bard here at this tavern if you're willing to do so.
So you want me to spy?
I would love you to spy for me. Just mingle in with the other priests, get as much information as you can, because I'm not scared of the North. I'll tell you that. I've been in 15 wars, son.
Okay.
I am
believe you.
prepared to fight if I need to fight, but I want to know what I'm fighting. And if I get a single sniff that there is something going on with that king, We
Yeah.
will be prepared to fight if we need to. But we don't just want to go in, half-cocked. We want to make sure that we're doing what is best.
What,
So yeah, could you do that for us?
what would happen to me if I was found out?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you can handle yourself, right?
Yeah, I think what I'm trying to ask is this isn't really my line of work, and if it's really dangerous, then maybe sticking to being a bard is probably in my best interest.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, you were able to turn this room and this audience round from a really poor performance to a fantastic one. I think your skills are through deception and performance. I reckon you go in there, spin a few tales, spin a few webs, get the information, get out. I'm sure you'll be fine.
55 gold, you said.
I'm pretty certain I said 50.
Oh, I could have sworn you said 55.
Tell you what, make it 60 just in case I got it wrong. Yeah.
We're in business. When do I leave?
They said they'll be arriving at dawn. You've got about a couple of hours to wait. I would go and speak to the mayor. He's just next door, just to make sure that you've got all the information that you need. But honestly, if you feel a sense of danger, come out. We'll sort it out for you, all right? But just get all the information you can. Like I said, we don't want to go in there, waving our swords about and they think that we're bloody idiots.
Of course. Yeah, you need to send a professional in sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you, sir, are our professional, our esteemed, wonderful bard. So thank you very much. I wouldn't normally ask, but I don't really trust the priests in the church already to get the job done. And you seem to be a fantastic priest, so...
Well, I will do the very best I can. Now, how much did this hog come to, and how much do I owe the bar?
Tell you what, if you survive this, we'll call it even, yeah?
Woo!
Yeah.
This deal. It's a good deal. Alright, I'll go see the mayor then.
So you see Revel kind of scuttles off behind the bar and is kind of talking to some of her patrons, sort of whispering. You hear a couple of people be like, get out their swords and be like, the king! And she's trying to kind of calm everybody down and is kind of pointing over to you to make sure that everything's fine. Right. So you can see a load of people in the corner, and you can also see an orc sat on his own in the corner, kind of just eyeing you up and kind of impatiently like banging his feet, like... moving around his arms, kind of getting frustrated that you're getting a lot of the attention, but you see that Revel sort of goes to walk over to him, and then you leave the door.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to go now, going to leave, and so go see the mayor. He's next door, you said?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm going to knock on, it's the building right next to the tavern.
That's right, yeah.
That is a good place for the mayor to live, right next to where the alcohol is.
It's a pretty small town.
Okay. Alright.
It's like in the middle of a marsh.
Okay. I'm going to knock on the door.
Okay, so the door opens.
By itself, or? Oh.
The door opens.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Stroll in.
Okay. You hear, ouch! Watch it, mate. And looking down, you see a gnome.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
With long dark hair. And his hair is so long, it's actually like a train behind him, and he's wearing a long black robe. His skin is grey, and he's got quite a long beard.
I'm terribly sorry. I honestly thought the door had just opened of its own accord. I didn't.
And who
see
are you?
I am. Well, you haven't met me before, but I am Marv the Marvellous, Bard Extraordinaire. I've just been recommended by the Tavern. In Innkeep to come and see the mayor regarding a little business regarding a certain king.
Oh yes. I am the mayor. I'm Theobald. Yeah, come on in.
Oh, thank you. So yes, I've been sent your way to get some details, some information on the little bit of espionage that I've been enlisted in.
One of the scouts came over to say that they had seen them riding, and they had tell you what, you can have this letter if you like.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Okay. To the elected leader of Ulvi, by the decree of the Fourth Age, witnessed by the Council of Memora, King Rolandus III requested the presence of the leadership of Ulvi to discuss the future relations of the South to the capital. We arrive at dawn on the autumn equinox and expect to be housed, fed, and respected, in line with the 378th law of face a war of pride, written for in the presence of King Rolandus IV. Okay, so I'm gonna go spy on King Rolandus.
So the gnome is
Great.
like, oh well, I was going to house them here, but I'm afraid we just don't have the space. So you will be seen in the church. You've got about an hour actually before they arrive. So I would suggest going and making yourself
Okay.
part of it.
All right. Well, I'm already dressed, so I'll just head over to the church, won't
Behave. You are in the presence of a king.
I? Of course. Yeah, it's a king. What do you think I'm going to do? Something stupid?
No, step on him, and then he kind of walks and kind of brisks, and his hair kind of flurries around as he kind of storms off into his kitchen area.
Okay, away I go to the church.
Okay, so can I ask what you're wearing at the moment?
Still the same priest's garb. I never got out of it. Just went straight next door.
Okay, that's fine. So you're going to stay in that room.
It's the only priest outfit I've got, so
Okay, brilliant.
hopefully it will blend in.
That's fine. So you're sat on one of the pews at the moment, and you're able to see. You're kind of in the second pew. There's 3 pews on each side, and you're able to see that this is quite a large space. So this is the space that you're in. So you're able to see that you are you're in a church-like building. Very standard, very large room, a few doors to the north, the east and the west, and you're able to see a kind of makeshift wooden structure in the southwest corner, and yeah, so you're sat on one of the pews at the moment.
Okay, and there's no one else here but me.
Not that you can tell.
Okay, I've still got an hour before they arrive. Alright, I'm going to go have a wander.
Okay.
I'm going to investigate this room here in the top left
Okay.
with the fireplace.
So as soon as you get near to this space, you can hear the sounds of chopping and whistling.
Okay, I'm going to knock on the door.
Come in.
Hello. Sorry to disturb you. I'm waiting for a congregation. I just wondered what the noise was.
So when you look and you see the same chef from the crocodile, and you can see that he's currently at this moment preparing lots of veg and trying to do everything as quickly as possible. He said, yes, I've been asked to come here and make a meal for, I don't know, some king and his consorts or something, and he's just kind of frying up stuff. It's just him trying to make this meal for many people, so you can see he's like really sweating trying to get everything all prepared and sorted. But he does kind of cut off a slice of meat, and he's like, hey, can you taste this? Let me know what
Yes, yep. Smells good. Is it seasoned already? Or just raw?
Oh yes, it's seasoned, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is.
Bit more salt?
It is really, really good.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's great. Okay,
It's
so
delicious.
more salt.
Yeah, a little bit.
Are you sure?
Just a tiny bit. I like things salty.
Oh, I hope the king likes it salty.
Well, that part, just do it on my portion.
Okay, yeah. And
Sorry
he kind
to
of
be
just
difficult.
keeps on chopping up.
Okay. I'm just going to go sit in the pew then.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Just going to twiddle my thumbs till the congregation
You
arrives.
gonna do nothing else?
Well, what's on the altar? Just an altar.
Yeah, you look on the altar. Underneath the altar seems to be kind of like a painted inscription of the elements underneath. It's a really makeshift altar. You see that it's kind of just made out of rugged pieces of wood they've just found around, and there's a book on top of it.
Oh, what's the book?
So when you look at the book, you flip through, you can see lots of non-denominational types of rituals and practices. No, not specific to any type of god or any type of element, just random. So you would suspect that flicking through these pages, they deal with lots of different types of worshippers, and they're not any god or goddess specific in this church.
Okay. That's good. I'll tell you what I will do. I'm going to investigate what looks like a chamber down there.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm going to go knock on that door as well.
Okay, yeah, you hear nothing.
Okay, I'm going to try and enter.
You just push the door open and there are two very simple beds with a couple of chairs near a carpeted area. This is obviously where people stay, and it looks like people have stayed in here recently.
Is there a dresser?
Roll investigation.
Oh, natural 20.
Lovely, yes. You open the dresser, you're able to see a robe, a priestly robe.
Oh, so can I compare it with mine that I'm currently wearing?
So you see it's a lot darker than the material. It's like a really jet black, where yours has almost got a navy blue effect. It's also lined with a gold, where yours is lined with kind of a white.
Right, in that case, I'm going to very quickly change out of my current garb and dress into that one.
Of course, yeah.
If it's the right size, of course.
I mean, it's a one-size-fits-all kind of scheme. It's a
an
robe.
overall, it's an overall robe. So I'm going to change into that one.
Okay.
And then hope that no one realises their robe is missing.
Perfect, sure. So, you kind of walk out of the door and suddenly in bursts through the door in this specific order. 2 rows of 3 priests wearing dark purple robes with a light brown kind of rope tie tied around their waist. Their hair is a very light blonde and it's shaved down both sides with a single ponytail running around the back. They are then followed by a row of 3 priests, 2 of them wearing dark red robes lined with gold, and one a very tall priest with light brown hair and one... Oh, hang on. Sorry, yes. That's my mistake. They're followed by a row of 3 priests, 2 wearing dark red robes with gold. One of them has light brown hair, and one of them has black hair, in similar haircuts to the other priests. And the other one is a much taller and older priest in all white, with a dark purple rope tie around his waist. His hair is white and cut in the same way as the other priests, however his hair is much, much longer. You'd say the other priests would have kind of shoulder-length hair, his is almost down to his hips. Behind the priests stands a young and handsome man who's looking around at the surroundings a lot, jaw slightly agape, and he has very light brown hair and a very short beard that seems to have grown in quite recently. You notice that he's very slender and his armour is very light. He's wearing a light brown leather armour lined with metal with a purple eagle emblem on the cuffs and the chest. He has a comedically long sword attached to his back. Like, you would think that if he tried to pick it up, he just wouldn't be able to carry it. And his blue eyes appear to just be twinkling in this beautiful light.
Aww.
And then behind this man walks in an elven man with long dark hair tied into a tight bun to the top of his head, with dark eyes, and he's holding the arm of a young and very beautiful woman with long red hair in very tight curls. She's wearing a long white dress with dark purple woven details in the collar, sleeves and the hem. So as the people come into this room, you see that the priests kind of fan out into a semicircle shape. But the woman, not really noticing that's what they're doing, just bumps into the back of the young man, and she's just kind of pulled by the elf to the left of the direction. So the priest wearing white steps forward very succinctly and boldly as you see 2 priests scuttling kind of towards you from the north. By the decree of the 7th age, we are pleased to meet the acquaintance of the neutral party of the leadership of Olvi. May I present King Relandus the Resolute, King of the capital of Mamora, the jewel of the Northwest, the heir to the throne of the courageous and valiant King Relandus III. We embark, gentlemen and lady, on the dawning of the 8th age of the binding, and are here to discuss the nature of Olvi as the shining town of the southern realms, as to the relations and dedications to the throne, and may I ask you, gentlemen and lady, to point me in the direction of the leadership of Olvi. So suddenly a much smaller voice appears behind the semicircle. I am present, Theobald Seal at your service. May I welcome you humbly and with honour and appreciation to your visit of Olvi. And all of the semicircles sort of turn around and look down at this very small gnome. King Rolandus, the young man, just... Thank you. Yes, that's great. Thank you. Well, I've had a really, really long ride, to be honest, so I could really use with my belly full. So yeah, let's just not deal with any of this, pompousness. Let's go and have a meal and a drink, shall we?
Yes.
Right.
They're very that.
So a small murmur of laughter sort of is coming from the priests who are next to you, who are kind of looking at you like they have no idea who you are, but they don't really seem to care. They're kind of like, oh gosh, thank God he's not an idiot, that king, eh? So the priest in white now walks over to you and the other two priests. Whilst His Excellence prepares for dinner, I require a tour of this establishment to ensure the safety of the king. May I ask yourself to take me on a tour, sir?
Of course, yes. Let me give you a tour of this fine church premises. We'll come over here first to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
This is our lovely chef. He's very talented. He'll take care of every need and whim. And he's just very busy, occupied with the...
Yes, well, I must require a small morsel of the meal.
Of course, chef. Could you please give this fine fellow a taster?
Oh, yeah, sure. So he cuts off a bit of meat and he kind of hands it over to the priest. He's like...
Very hands-on. I tasted it earlier too, if it's any consolation.
But it's not poisoned. Kind of drops it on the floor and the chef is like... continues to chop up. Okay, next.
Then we've just got some bed chambers over here. Just two beds. Nothing special. Come through here.
There's three of you. Are there only two beds?
Well, actually, you see, I don't stay here. I like to stay at the tavern currently because I'm spreading the message of our holy writ there and trying to touch the people, so I am staying in the tavern.
Roll deception, please.
Okay, we've got ourselves 25.
You southern lot are very strange. I suppose it's okay. Fine, yes.
Well, how else would we spread the holy message?
In your church that you have placed here. I mean, it seems strange to walk literally 30 feet in the opposite direction when people could just come to you.
Yes, but everyone behaves differently when you're not there. So if I stay in the tavern, I become more normalised to people.
Right, yes. Strange customs.
Think outside the box.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, next, please.
Then over here we just have this is just a sort of storage room over in the corner.
This does not seem like a storage room. Why is there a dead body in the corner?
I've never seen this body before. What's that doing there?
Roll deception, please.
I haven't. I promise. I'm 26. I've never seen this body before in my life.
Well, yes, I believe you, but how strange you wouldn't do a tour of this place to make sure there was no dead bodies lying around. This could be a zombie by the nights. I suggest that it's removed from this church as soon as this tour is over, okay?
Yeah, yes, of course. Yes, I'll get right on it. I'm very sorry, Your Excellency.
Yes. Well, next.
Well, we just have this was the living quarters, a social area down here, and alongside the pews. Yeah, that's about some of it.
Okay, great. Yes, and can you take me to where the king is going to be, please?
Yes, where the king is going to be. Well, he'll be at the front of everyone.
Well, he's not here, is he? Roll deception, please.
Uh, 16.
Do you think think this is some sort of joke.
No, of course not. This is the king we're talking
I
about.
understand that these southerly realms have strange and indecent things, but this is King Rolandus IV that you are speaking with. I suggest you take me to where the king will be stationed.
Yes, of course. Can I just? I'm so sorry. I just attack of the bowels. Can I just leave them? I'm just your presence. It's overwhelmed me.
Roll deception.
19.
I understand it has been a long travel for us, so I will give you a minute to deal with your
Of course.
indecency.
I'm so sorry to embarrass myself like
How a
this.
priest would be talking about bowel movements, I have no idea.
I'm sorry. I've never been in the presence of one as royal and high as you.
Yes, well, get on with it,
Sorry.
please.
I just sort of bustle outside, get out the letter and read it. Just in case there's a clue. As fed, but where? Probably Tavern. There we go. Right.
Are you going to run over to the tavern?
Yes, I'm going to run over to the tavern and just say, Revel. Where's Revel? It's
Just like, oh God, did they brandish weapons at you?
No. They asked me where the king is going, and I'm assuming they mean where they're keeping him.
What, he'll be in the church, obviously.
That we're keeping him in the church.
But, yes.
Oh,
There
okay.
are 2 floors to the church, man.
See, I didn't know that. Where would the stairs be up to the second floor?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a church
Okay, it's fine.
girl.
I'll go back. I'll try again. Okay, I'll run back to the church. Don't even say goodbye.
As you kind of leave the tavern, you see that her and an orc are kind of looking at you like, what the hell are you doing?
So much crap. Okay, straight back into the church. So.
You do your quarters outside.
No. I ran next door. I just prefer the space of the tavern. I live there, so I'm just more accustomed to going there. I don't need to keep talking about this. I'm so sorry, Your Excellency. So we will take you upstairs to where you will be quartered. I just needed a moment to collect my thoughts. If you'll just follow me. Right. Okay. I'm guessing that's where the stairs are. So I'm going to just go down there.
That's a window.
That's a window. Well,
So
see, I thought we would just show you the views.
Can you roll
of
deception?
a lovely
please?
village. I'm sorry. Just 18.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
Yes, that's a great view, but really, I'm getting hungry at this point. Can you please just show me where I'm supposed to be going?
Of course, I'm sorry. I just wanted to show you this grand view. I'm then going to go. I think that's stairs.
We'll have a look.
Gonna go there.
Okay, yes. You open the door and you're able to see a kind of musky set of stairs
Thank
which go
goodness.
upwards.
Okay. Right. This way, please, Your Excellency.
Yeah. I suppose you can go
You're welcome.
do what you're meant to do. So he walks over to the table in front of the fire. So the king is sat just in front of the fire, and you're able to see his right hand man is sat just opposite him. The gnome is sat next to him, and there's a space just for this priest. And then on the other side, nearest kind of a door, is the elf is sat down, and the elf kind of says, "You priest, can you come here, please?"
Yeah. So take a bow and walk forward.
Oh yes, well thank you. Yes, if you could just go in here. Lady Nocta needs some healing and some prayer work. She's been on the road for quite a while now, and we want to make sure that she's well kept after.
Lady Nafta.
Lady Nocta, yes.
Thank you very much. Right, I'll go find the lady. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. She's in there, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Right, I'm going to knock on the door.
Yes, who is it?
It is one of the priests. I've been sent to help you with your prayer work.
Yes, okay.
I can come back another time.
No,
if you prefer.
it's fine, it's fine. Come in.
Thank you. Right, well, how can I be of assistance to you, Lady Vacta?
Oh, it's you. Oh, good. Okay, so she gets up and she kind of closes the door and kind of stands right in front of you, like this.
Is everything alright, my lady?
Yes, I'm just surprised they sent the elf in here and not one of the humans, but...
Oh, well, I have more experience of the south. I've been here.
Oh, I bet you do.
Yes. Not like that. I mean the geographical south, the southern lands, the weird places. Yes. I've been living here for some time.
I have many weird places that need to be explored.
Oh, well, I'm sure there are plenty of people in Olvi that can help you with that sort of thing.
Yes, well, please, come have a seat.
Thank you. Yes, I will. So
she kind of the dress that she's wearing kind of has a small slit up the side, and as she kind of goes to sit down, she kind of parts the fabric of the of this dress slightly so you can see like a bare leg. She's like, yes, I could really do with some prayer work. You know, I've been really stressed on this journey, and yeah, I could do with a helping hand or two.
Yes. Okay, what do you need me to do that's prayer related?
Well, let me see. Well, I could really do with a hug, actually.
Yeah. Emotional time.
It's been a really emotional time for me.
I mean, it's not every day you have the king here. Do you travel with the king? Are you with him?
Yes, I'm his fiancée.
Oh, right. King's fiancé. Good, cool, excellent. So how can I help again?
A hug?
A hug, yes. Okay, and then we'll do the prayer work.
Sure.
Yes, okay. So I go in for a kind of a really awkward hug, like I'm leaning forward, kind of like my legs are back here and I'm just, like that. Yeah.
Okay, so
not fully committed.
She's kind of sat and you're stood, and she's physically trying to pull you on top of her at this moment. So if you could do a strength check.
Strength check. Okay. 21.
Lovely. Yeah. So you can just feel a slight pressure around your waist, but you have got like rhino feet on the floor. You are not moving. You can really see she's really trying to pull you, but it's just to no avail. Not really,
dare I say it, but please correct me if I'm wrong to be putting myself in this position, but is everything alright between the two of you?
Roll persuasion?
Woo! Nice. Oh, 27.
Well, really, I've just been bundled into this thing. If anything, I've been kidnapped.
But you're engaged?
Well, not by either of our choices. I mean, I have many elven lovers. And
okay.
And Rolandus has a girlfriend in Janistown. And he's been there studying at university, and his father died, and then he was called back to be king, and then obviously they didn't like his girlfriend because she's not royal or from a family, and I happen to be the only person in the capital who's from a really good family, so I've been pulled into this.
Okay.
How on earth am I going to see my 6 elven lovers if I'm married to the bloody king?
So neither of you got engaged by consent?
No, I mean, it's the unfortunateness of being born into such a high, rich family.
So you're not really that into each other?
No, well, I mean, it's just a marriage of convenience. He will see his lover, I will see my lovers.
Okay, what is the king doing down here in this kind of backwater in the south? I don't really understand why we're being called to serve his excellency all the way down here in this remotest part of the world.
Well, he's kind of just being taken along for a ride. You know, his father was really good friends with the priest, and that's what's happening right now, is that they're just trying to figure out a way of merging the north and the south together, and the king is just being kind of pulled along by the advisor, really.
So the advisor is organising all of this?
Yeah, the priest, yeah.
The head priest?
Yeah.
The king doesn't really... Does the king have an interest in merging the two?
No, he just wants to be with his girlfriend in Janistown. I mean, you know, he was hoping that they were going to have enough time to run away, but unfortunately they didn't.
So, how is it that he can be forced into this by just an advisor? What does the advisor have on the king?
Oh, I don't really know. I mean,
Sounds like this advisor has a lot of power and clout.
well, yeah. I mean, the church is really well respected in Marmora, so
Okay.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to spread some religion or something around the world. Something to do with civilizations and laws, like some goddess or something of.
So this is about
law.
mass conversion, not about peacefully uniting two lands.
Yeah, I think the king is just like, the beacon of whiteness. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay, well, this has been enlightening.
Yes.
I don't need to fear
So
any...
we're not going to me and you. You're not here for that.
But, well, I mean, I would, but I feel like the king, is expecting me to be part of the congregation, and I am a priestly man. I found my
Roll
calling.
deception, please.
Myself, 20.
Ah, such a shame that you're a priest. Okay, well that's fine. Could you just go get me some wine or something?
Yes, of course, right away.
Thanks.
Just breathe a deep sigh. Ooh.
Okay, so you kind of leave the room and you see that that everybody is around the table and the priest is kind of getting up. He has a knife behind his back and he's just moving over to the mayor.
Okay, I'm going to really awkwardly just wander around the back and just stand behind the mayor, not directly behind him, but kind of putting my body in the way of this guy who's approaching with a knife.
Okay.
And just kind of try and get the priest's attention.
So how are you going to try and do that?
I'm just going to say, so when are we doing our first ceremony with the king's grateful presence?
So the priest stabs the knife into the map on the table. It's like, why are you here?
Well, I've actually been asked to fetch some wine for the Lady Napta, and I just wanted to know if me getting the wine wasn't going to make me late for any ceremony that was planned in the near
Roll
future.
deception, please.
Oh man, lying like a trooper. 18. Thank goodness I got that one out of the way earlier.
He says, yes, well, I could fancy a bit of wine as well. I'll come down with you.
Oh, great!
So you both walk down the stairs, and just before you get to the kitchen, he puts his hand around your throat and pushes you up against the wall, and he says, look, I know you're a spy. Do you think I'm an idiot? I
No.
just suggest if you want to get out of here alive, you keep out of my way.
But I don't understand. I am a priest. What are you talking about? I have no
Roll
idea.
deception, please.
I'm just getting wine for Lady Napta. Woo! I think that's 30.
There is no doubt that you are a priest, but I do not believe that your intentions are just here.
I just want to serve the king.
Roll deception.
Oh, I thought it was a 1. It's fine. It's fine. It's 7. Okay, it's that would be 18.
An 18. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. It is clear you do not want to serve the king. But like I say, if you want to get out of this building alive, I suggest you stay out of my way.
Okay. Yes, of course. Yes, I'll just let me continue with my priestly duties.
So he kind of goes back upstairs.
Okay, I'm gonna take 5 and I'm gonna go to the tavern again. Is there
Okay.
anyone on the ground floor of the church anymore?
Not that you can tell.
Not that I can tell. Alright, I'm gonna make a hasty exit and go back to the tavern again.
Okay, as soon as you try and leave the door, you see a long pole arm hit the door, and the left-hand man of the king turns to you and says, leave me in such a hurry?
I'm just getting a breath of fresh air. I told the king earlier that I've got a sensitive issue with my intestines, and I just needed to go outside, just get a breath. I mean, it's not every day that the king himself comes down here, and I'm just nervous,
Roll
frankly.
deception.
Okay, that is a natural one.
Can you do a strength check, please?
9.
He literally picks you up by the scruff of the back of your neck, lifts you and starts carrying you up the stairs,
No,
drops you on the floor as you kind of tumble to the floor, and he says, "This is a spy, King. What should we do with him?"
no, I'm not a spy, Your Majesty. Didn't I tell you earlier that I needed to pop outside? I've got a bit of an issue.
I've never spoken to you in my life, sir. Roll initiative.
Wait, so who did I tell earlier? I thought it was the king.
The priest!
Oh, I told the head priest. Whoops.
You haven't even spoken to the king!
I haven't spoken to the king, have I?
No, you have not.
My bad. I got nervous.
I know. You
That
did
man just
this.
carried me up the stairs with one arm. Okay. 12.
Okay. Gnome's turn first, and he turns to everyone and says, whoa. No, this may be a spy, yes, but I can honestly say that I did not know that he was meant to be here, and I believe that we should put our weapons down. So I'm going to roll deception for him. And I'm going to roll to see how they take that. The king himself gets up, goes, "Ah!" and runs into his bedroom and shuts the door. While the others are like, "We did tell you very specifically in our letter that we require respect, otherwise War of Pride will be hitting you."
Of course, I meant no disrespect at all. I was just trying to carry out my duties the best I could. I got nervous, and I've never been in the company of royalty before. It's stressful.
So, the priest and the elf kind of start to move towards you. So the priest hit you with a mace,
Oh!
and it gets a 14.
AC, I'm trying to find it.
Mhm.
15.
15. Okay, so he misses. The mage will disappear. So a fog
Boo.
centers around him, and he disappears. And then behind you, a dagger is thrust into your back. And it hits, and you take 6 piercing damage. Okay, it is now your turn.
Okay. So I turn to the person with the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Is he wearing armour?
No.
No. I'm going to cast Shatter. So I'm going to make an extremely painfully awful ringing sound from several feet behind the guy that just tried to stab me.
Okay.
And you will need to do a Constitution saving throw, please.
Of course. Against what?
Against 16.
Against 16. Constitution. He fails miserably.
Ooh.
So
He hears a sudden, loud, ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of my choice.
Ooh, okay.
He will now take 3d8 thunder damage.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he takes 12 hit points.
Takes 12. Well done. Kind of holds his ears, and you can see that kind of blood is dripping from
Oh.
the ears. And he's really, his kind of eyes are very bloodshot at this point. He's been really hurt by that.
Right, that's fine. I'm gonna stay where I am just in case he's trying to swipe at me.
Of course, yeah. So the gnome is going to get out his war pick, and he is going to swing it at the legs of the priest. He hits. The priest will now take 8 piercing damage.
Yes, Team Mayor.
So he was pretty badly wounded by that. So he has kind of a big hole now in his right leg, that's now kind of oozing and seeping blood very painfully.
Nice.
So the priest is now going to turn to him, and he is going to hit him with his mace, and hits. and he hits him square around the jaw. Knocks out a couple of teeth. Doing so, there's a very big welt in the side of the mayor's. So it is now the mage's turn. Puts his hand out to you, and you see fire kind of erupting, kind of like cracking in the skin, where black kind of is forming, and this fire is kind of jetting out towards you.
Woo! Here we go.
So he misses terribly.
Good, good.
So it kind of tries to erupt and then kind of just fizzles out in his hand. Okay, so it is now your turn.
Okay, so I face the priest.
Okay.
And I cast Fear.
You cast Fear.
I
okay.
do. So it's a concentration spell, and I project a phantasmal image of a creature's worst fears. Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw of 16 or drop whatever it is it's holding and become frightened for the duration.
Okay, so everybody's within a 30-foot radius.
Everyone. So everyone will see a phantom form of their worst fear realised.
So is it, what sort of saving throw is it?
Wisdom saving throw of 16.
Okay, so we're going to go for the mage first because he's closest to you.
Yeah.
And he fails. The priest also fails. And the gnome also fails.
So the mayor also, of course, was affected. So I'll have to apologise profusely to the mayor.
Okay, so it is now the mayor's turn, and the mayor dashes off. With his weapon dropped, obviously.
Yep.
And as does the priest, as does the mage. The gnome manages to run down the stairs, and he's out of your line of sight now, so he is going to do a wisdom saving throw and passes.
Nice.
Same as the priest is going to run towards and fails.
So he's still fearful.
He's still fearful, and the priest is also going to run down those stairs and is also still fearful.
Okay, so the mayor and the head priest.
No,
Okay.
just the mayor.
Just the mayor.
Is non-fearful.
Alright, so me and the mayor can now cut them down while they're terrified.
That's right. Yes. So
Okay.
think of it like there's 3 people on the stairs. The gnome is at the bottom.
Yep.
You're at the top. The 2
Yes.
in the centre are afraid.
Let's sandwich them!
Nice. Okay. Lovely. So it is now back to your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to literally put my entire body just blocking the top of the stairs.
Okay.
And I'm just going to have my swords, and I'm just going to try and run through the person who's closest to me.
Right, which would be the mage.
You think
Yep.
you can fry me, do you? Oh, natural 20.
Lovely.
So that's
yes,
double
you
damage, I believe.
proper right through kind of the sternum.
Right.
So double damage.
That's 9 hit points again.
9 hit points. Lovely. Plus your modifier, did you?
No, that was added.
modifier?
It's just plus 4 damage, so I've added that once.
That's great.
And you got a 3 and a 2.
Okay, you stab him through, and he is looking. He's like bent over at this point. He's in a lot of pain. And yeah, he's kind of bleeding from basically everywhere you can see.
Convert this!
Yes. The priest is still terrified. Can't do anything. He's gonna try and barge past the. Kind of try and push. The gnome down the stairs and kind of try and do that. So he's going to do a strength check to see if he can kind of get past. And he fails miserably and falls down the stairs. So good. Okay, so he ends up taking 6 bludgeoning damage from falling down the
That
stairs.
was quite a tumble, bloody hell!
Yeah, just a bit. Okay, and he is covered in bruises and not doing very well, but he is now past. I'm just going to do a little check that the gnome hadn't been knocked over as well in the impact. He was unfortunately knocked over in the impact as well, and he takes 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
So they're both kind of. Imagine this scene. So you've got a priest laying down covered in bruises and a small gnome kind of on top of his chest, kind of sprawled out. Both of them very winded and very, very upset.
Quick question: by attacking with a sword, does that break concentration? Concentration?
No,
spell? Only when you cast
when
another
you cast
main
another
spell.
concentration spell.
Okay.
Yes.
I
that's
was.
right.
Has it been about a minute?
No.
Not yet. Cool.
No. Think each round is 6 seconds.
Cool.
So yeah, you've got a little while.
Okay.
The mage, who obviously can't currently do anything, so he is going to rush down those stairs, giving you an attack of opportunity.
Very
because you're
nice.
just behind him. That doesn't hit, I'm afraid. So he manages to get to the bottom of the stairs, and he's going to try and do an athletics to try and jump over the pile of bodies. And
Whoop.
he succeeds. So kind of he's running almost so fast that he kind of just launches
Wow.
over the pile of bodies.
Olympic gold medalist.
Yes, definitely. So it is now your turn.
I guess I'll run down the stairs and attack the person on the floor.
So the priest.
Priest. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, he has got partial cover, so it is going to be at disadvantage to do so.
I'm gonna try it. 18. So 18 is my lowest.
Nice, that's a definite hit. Yeah.
Yeah. 12 hit points.
12 hit points. Lovely. So you're kind of like stabbing past the mayor and into this guy's back, and you just go, looking he's like at this point. Okay, so it is the mayor's go. So the mayor is going to try and get up, so that's going to take a kind of an athletics check for him to do so. And he manages to get up.
Good.
And he is going to move a couple of steps back, but he's obviously done his go now, so he's not going to attack anyone.
Yep.
The priest is still terrified, so he is going to get up and just run past the mayor, who's going to get an attack of opportunity at him. The mayor hits.
Yes. Get in there.
And he kind of manages to kind of get him in the ankle, and as soon as the war pick kind of punches his ankle, the priest just falls to the floor, lifeless, deaded.
Yes.
Dead. Mage, who is still absolutely terrified, so he's going to kind of try and make a run for the door. He doesn't really he kind of gets halfway to the door because it's quite a long room, and he can't do anything else.
Okay.
So it's back to your turn now.
Back to me. I am going to. He's looking a bit roughed up, isn't he? A bit out of shape.
Oh, yeah, very much. So,
Very much.
yes.
Right, I'm going to kind of go out into the room, and I'm going to attempt to intimidate him into stopping in his tracks. 15.
He is already terrified of you, so everything you say, he basically just goes prone on the floor, weeping at this point.
I'm just going to move closer to him.
Okay, so the mayor will walk up to him and with his war pick try and knock him in the head.
Nice.
And hits. Okay, he clonks the warp pick at the side of the elven mage's head. Clonk! And it kind of just goes halfway into his brain.
Oh!
And he falls to the floor, and the gnome has to kind of actually like to get it back out. And he is deaded.
Woohoo!
Well done! Got through your first battle. Very good, Marvellous. So now what happens at this point is you immediately hear a large horn and war drums can be heard in the distance.
Okay.
Revel boots the door down, surrounded by 8 soldiers and a very large orc. So Revel looks at you and is like, "Did you do this?"
Well, don't just thank me. Look at the mayor. I mean,
Oh,
in
thank
trouble.
goodness you're still alive, Mayor. Yeah, we're being invaded. Yeah, we're really going to need your help. So,
That's what they meant by conversion.
so the mayor kind of walks over to Revel and goes, who are we being invaded by? The king's forces? No, we're being invaded by orcs. And everybody looks to the orc that is next to Revel, and Revel's like, no, not him. He's on our side. He's actually going to be the director of our battle.
Wow. Okay.
And the mayor's
Director.
like, Actually, I think that's probably a good idea. I mean, I know nothing about orcs at all. Marv, is it?
Yes.
Please make sure to get the lady and the king and any innocents that are in this church to the tavern. Revel has a small kind of base underneath the tavern to make sure that people are protected.
Okay.
And Revel kind of grabs you and he says, "Make it back here as soon as you can, son."
Okay, I'll sprint up the stairs and I'll go to the king's room first. Wait, is he in the same room with Lady Nocta, or did he go to a different chambers?
Yeah.
Right, I'll go to his first. I'll just knock on the door. It's all right, Your Majesty. We took care of them. You can come out now.
Took care of who?
Oh, the bad people. They weren't in your interest at all. They were full of. Your court was full of spies and no good religious fanatics, and we've just taken care of them for you.
What on earth's that noise coming from outside?
Oh, apparently we're being invaded by orcs. Nothing serious.
What?
It's fine. You can come out. We've got a safe room for you in the tavern. You can come with me.
Quick! And he literally like grabs onto your arm, like.
All right, let's go get your fiancée now. Okay, let's get this way.
She's here?
Yeah, Lady Nocta. You didn't know she was here? She was in the opposite room.
Oh, that one. Yes, sure.
Well, you have multiple fiancées. You know what? Never mind. It's not my place, Your Majesty. Please come with me. I'll go get the lady, and I'll knock on her door. It is just I, Marv the Marvellous, with the king. Orcs are invading, so you might want to come with us. Pretty sharp.
Oh, okay. So she kind of like opens the door and she's like, "You never got me my wine."
Yes, the reason for that. I'll tell you later when we're not being invaded by orcs. So just lead them down the stairs, back up to Revel.
Lovely. Okay, so Revel's like, "Godspeed, Marv." Godspeed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Marv the Marvellous' introduction campaign. So tune in for our wonderful orc Orgorogs and our wonderful half-elf warlock Thalysra's campaign, which is coming up next, and that will all lead into the wonderful first session of our campaign. So thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, all that jazz, and we will see you for the next one. Wave Marv!
Bye!